Hi, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris News.
Disney replaces orange cone.
Flight Force Mark II.
Princess Week. Casting call. Those are the bongs.
Hey there, hi there, ho there Disney fans, and welcome to another Disneyland Paris show, this time with three amigos at the mics, the way it should be, the way that God intended.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned the mics. It's disclaimer time, folks. We all love a good disclaimer. We've got new mics. And we're trying them out.
Are we loud enough, guys?
Well, it looks like we're coming through okay. I'm concerned about the ambience and the other noise going around because for those of you in the technical know-how, these are omnidirectional and not cardioid. And
What?
Yeah, and
What?
I ordered cardioid and I got omnidirectional, so they might need to go back if they're not doing the job right. So let's see how it goes today.
I think those were made up words.
Also, we did a sound check before, and Lucy said, this is my normal volume, and as soon as we started, she started clipping, so I've turned it down a little bit. But there might be a little up and downy today as we start going. We'll see what happens.
I underestimate my ability to project.
I think we all do. None of us think we talk quite as loudly as we do when we get going.
My headphones must be rubbish then, because it sounds very quiet in here, but Aaron and John say it sounds okay.
Oh.
Yeah, and they are our crash test dummies, aren't they?
I'll be honest with you. Going on the volume on the computer screen, it says that it's the same sort of volume we normally have it at. So to me, I trust that over your earphones.
Me too.
Cool.
Maybe I'll just do it like this, like I used to.
Like you normally do, yeah.
I can see in the chat that we have got some countdowns going on. I just want to share with you that we have our very own countdown. We are currently at 14 days.
14 days?
I don't know what I was doing with my fingers then. I was trying to construct...
You did 15.
14 days. Yes.
14 days.
14 days. That means
Exciting
2 weeks
stuff.
today we will be on a plane. We will have just got on a plane flying to Paris. We're doing a very late stopover.
That sounds ace. I'm very, very envious of you, but I'm really, really pleased that some of us are going to Disneyland Paris this year.
We will finally have boots on the ground. We will not be annual passes. Pass holders, I should say. We were never annual passes. We're too broad. You have to be quite slender to be an annual pass. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We will tell you about all the new things. And later on in the show, I think we should list the new things that we need to try in order to report back.
Perfect. I think we can do that. Also, we've got 2 trip reports today. Fresh off the press or something, which is quite exciting. And also, a little bit disconcerting. I'm used to having this microphone in front of me as a bit of a, I don't know, comfort thing. And at the moment, we've actually got a really empty table with lots of space on it, which will no doubt fill up over the weeks.
Yeah, leaning on the table.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
Gonna go all elbows like that.
All elbows.
Spread eagle. Sam Eagle.
Yeah.
It is the American
Number
way.
17, the spread
It is the
eagle.
British way.
What do we do now then, Lucy?
I think that we do a roll call.
Who are they?
All aboard, please.
Aye.
I've no idea how that sounded. Right, okay, so first of all, I've done it again. Do you know, every time I do this, right, I swipe down and then I lose all the chat and I have to switch back to all messages as opposed to top messages. And then, yeah, here we go. Right. Oh my God. Right, Cheryl not only, wins the prize bundle a few weeks ago, but is first in the chat today. Oh,
Cheryl,
but
you're on a roll.
She says, do I get a prize for second?
Interesting.
So I wonder who
was first?
mysterious. 118 days for Cheryl and Co. Christmas.
for Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Oh, nice.
The Dunn family. We at DLP 26th of December till the 30th. Daisy Mabbott is joining us tonight with Major Disney Blues. Just got back on Friday.
Oh no.
We've got a trip report from the Mabbots.
Yep,
So
cool.
we can talk about
So now you can
the Disney
relive it
Blues.
and,
Hooray.
and bring the magic back.
Well, the Dunn family says the best cure is to book another trip.
Absolutely right.
Aaron is joining absolutely after a weekend at Comic Con in Manchester.
Ooh.
Joining absolutely.
That's the only way we will have you.
Disney Bride 2013. We are celebrating Christmas at Walt Disney World this year. Everyone's there at Christmas.
Mm.
Maybe we should be there.
Yeah, we should. Is that
Roz,
better?
Get it
Roz is also here. Mabbott family back at DLP back from DLP on Friday. Also, so considering a sneaky trip in January to celebrate Daisy's 18th birthday.
Nice.
And Ross says the new Pixar show Together was fantastic.
Oh yes, that's on the list. That's on the list.
There's been a lot of love for that.
Hello to Emma and John and Moritz and Dan. 20 days until Dan's going to be there. We'll just miss you, I think, will we? Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Hello to
Now
Anne.
that's going to pick up a lot. If you scratch near your microphone.
Anne and Jimmy and Kerry and Mark Chester and Pauline and all sorts of people are here. Voiceover guy. I might as well finish off. Magical by Sarah is here. We stopped by Magical by Sarah's live show last week while we were off. Suddenly, last minute. Wits Wanderlust is here, as is who is Nate?
Hi guys.
The question we all want to know: who is Nate? Gemma is here. 13 days, so might see you there, Gemma.
Yeah, Gemma, we take stickers with us, and if
I remember,
And if I bring back what I've got.
I'll remember.
if we run into listeners or viewers in the park and they say, "Hi guys," we give you a sticker. So if you see us, we look like this. For listeners, that's not helpful. You're going to have to go on the YouTube channel and see
For
what I'm pointing
listeners,
at.
we sound like this. Was that helpful?
Really helpful.
Then come over and say hi. We always
Cheryl
love to
says
meet.
the Dunn family were first in the chat, but they appear to have deleted it. Maybe the Dunn family has given someone else a chance.
Could be.
It's very kind. Yeah, we've got the Dunn family priced up the annual passes for us,
Yes.
so we can check that out and see how they did.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
God, that sounds like some pretty interesting content today, actually.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
For once.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty though, man.
Oh, man.
I'm really thirsty.
Have you finished this off with like Kerry's 10 days? You might see us, Kerry, if you're going for more than 3 days. 4 days.
Ooh.
Oh, Aaron meant absolutely exhausted.
Ah.
Not just, I was absolutely there.
So tired you couldn't even finish off the sentence.
Magical by Sarah is watching from Cardiff,
Nice.
isn't it?
Very good.
Yeah. Oh, and Mark just got back from DLP last Sunday. They love Santa Fe. They love Santa Fe.
I like Santa Fe a lot more than I thought I would.
Never been.
Gonna take him soon.
We went and ate there. And
We ate there.
we did. We went and ate there.
Some people won't know what et is.
Et.
Ate.
Ate.
Yeah.
It was... wasn't the best experience.
Oh.
In fact, I'd probably say it was the worst experience.
Oof. Lofty claim there, Chris.
That's not saying it was bad. It wasn't bad.
It was just the worst.
But restaurant-wise, it was the worst experience of the restaurants.
Yeah, so your worst experience in a Disney restaurant is going to be a lot better than most other places you're going to go to.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Exactly.
Unless you have food allergies.
Well, true. Yeah.
True.
True.
Anyway, I'm thirsty.
Okay.
Hey, ole! It's your time! Hold together! Your tiki 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 cup in your tiki 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 cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, I'll drink it up from your tiki 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 cup.
I'm using my orange tiki cup that I got in Scarborough, Poundland. And we were in Scarborough yesterday to see a show.
Ah.
Right, today our choices are, you can have Blue Lagoon by Paradise Bay, hashtag not spawn, which is a ready-to-drink cocktail at 4% alcoholic volume.
Ooh.
Or you can have Tango Paradise Punch, sugar-free, and of course alcohol-free. I can have a bit of both.
I want some Blue Lagoon, so I'm going to suck this up really quick.
Okay.
I'd like a little bit of Blue Lagoon. I can't say it, so maybe I'm not entitled.
You shouldn't have any more then. So yeah.
I've had enough.
We're going to say fill your boots, but fill your tiki cup. And I hope you're enjoying something with your tiki cup. I like to think that listeners are all there with and viewers. They've all got the tiki cups on the go,
Waiting with the cans and bottles that are ready to tip in.
and
as
they
we
lift
do it.
them up when the jingle plays.
Yeah.
And everyone has a wonderful time.
Send us in your videos of you drinking out of the tiki cups. And
We
I said this ages ago. I did it once, didn't I? You all sent in loads of pictures. Some of you sent in pictures, and I actually showed all the pictures whilst the jingle was playing.
Yes, I second this. I want this to become a thing. I want pictures of viewers with tiki cups.
A little bit. I'll go on. I'll have a bit more. I'll finish that. Yeah, that sounds good.
And it can be anywhere. It can be you in the Caribbean. It can be you in your downstairs loo. We don't care. If you've ever held a tiki cup in your sweaty little palm, we want a picture of it for our jingle, please. Oh, that's an invisible drink.
Oh yeah, that's quite freaky.
Lucy, listeners, is talking about the green screen. Just like to keep the listeners involved.
Can I tell you something interesting that's not Disney related?
Well, we'll be the judge of whether or not it's interesting, Chris.
Okay, cool. I didn't sleep very well last night. I'm a little bit tired.
Oh no.
I woke up about 4 o'clock and I couldn't get back to sleep for 3 reasons. The first one is, you know when you get a song stuck in your head?
Yes.
Right. So I got, is it called Waka Waka? The song by Shakira. This time for Africa. That one. I got that in my head. Can't get it out of my head. And so that was going on. Secondly, I'm watching Succession at the moment, and we're watching like 2 or 3 episodes a day. And so you know when you can't sleep properly, you start to dream about the situations in programs as if you're part of it. You know that. So I was doing that, but also
I don't get that.
Do you know?
Oh, I get that.
Oh, I do. I once watched Red Dwarf back to back, the first 8 series, and I was waking up in the middle of the night thinking that I was part of the Red Dwarf crew, and when I got up to go to the toilet, I was then going back to the command station or whatever.
This is when my
a strange thing
paranoia
happened
went
to me.
through the roof when we were binge watching Walking Dead.
Oh god! Yeah, I can imagine that'd be bad.
Honestly, I was looking at every scenario I could possibly in. I was looking for escape routes and where the zombies were going to get in. Continue, Chris.
So take those 2 things into account, and then add a third program or a second program that I'm also binge watching at the moment on Netflix. Is It Cake? So everything at the moment I look at, I think might be cake, even though I always can tell which one's cake because they're never quite as good as everyone thinks they are.
Did you see that short video I compiled of? I said I tried to watch Is It Cake, and Bonnie and I couldn't last for like more than a minute.
Was it too American?
It was.
Was the presenter the most
It was
irritating
too
person you've ever seen?
hyped up, and the contestants, you can tell, have just been.
They kept doing the music where they go dun dun dun
Yeah,
dun.
but like the contestant is so fake. The contestants are leaning forward and going, "What?" Like, "Oh, whoa! Oh my god!" And they're only on that program because they act like that, and they won't get anyone reserved on there.
Yeah.
And it's just all at this level that's just too much to watch, too exhausting. Dramatic music. Chill out. I love a chill out program where, like, I watched a middle-aged man opening a pack of 200 mini disc players on YouTube. That's what I want to watch.
I wholeheartedly and completely agree with you about This Is Cake. However, the boys like it, and therefore it's rare that we get something we can all sit down and watch together. So,
don't spoil my
we do
rant by
watch it.
saying something nice and wholesome.
But yeah, so those 3 things in my head meant that I just could not get myself back to sleep. It wasn't that interesting, really,
No,
was it? It's a bit of a
I
tangent,
love that.
But
That
it
is
was
the way that
not Disney related, which is what I said it would be.
Pop culture can infuse itself into your very being, can't you? Team Confetti is on my wavelength because she says the cup I'm holding is a jar of Nutella and a teaspoon.
Yes, make sure when
I
you get
do
to the
that.
bottom of it, you put a bit of milk in it, swill it around, get yourself some.
It's my dark times is when I start eating the Nutella direct from the jar. Not even pretending it's a condiment, just sits straight in there.
Stan from the Solo Show says, next week I'm having a guest on that went to every Disney park over a couple of weeks. What should I ask him about DLP?
Why is it the best park?
Which is the most beautiful park in the world and why is it Disneyland Paris? No, interesting. I think our USP is often the walkthroughs. Should I ask him a question about the walkthroughs? But a question like how he found it compared to other parks that he's been to.
I mean, I think that's going to be a standard question anyway. Yeah. For that, I'm sure Stan's got that covered.
No, I know, not that as a question. I mean, that's the kind of question you would ask. It's
Yeah.
no good just going, what did you think of the walkthroughs?
Yeah.
Um,
Aladdin's Passage, was it nice?
I would like to know if he could follow the story of of Thunder Mesa, because we have got a very, very, very concrete backstory to Frontierland that other
Yeah.
Magic Kingdoms don't have.
Was it
And I would
apparent?
yeah, is it apparent? Did you get it? Did you get it? That's what I want to know.
That's a really good question, I think. I watched a couple of American guys' vlogs this week. I can't remember what he's called. JJ or Jojo or something. I can't remember. Anyway, apparently he's really big. I'd never seen him do anything before, but it was really good. He and his friend spent a couple of days in DLP, and they went on every ride in one day. Somehow managed to get on every ride in one day. They only paid for one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they said that they got off Big Thunder Mountain and said not only is that the best Big Thunder Mountain, they reckon it was possibly the best ride in any of the Disney parks.
Interesting. It is strong. It is strong. I think we've only been on the Big Thunder Mountain in Disney World, and I definitely think ours is better. I think it themes well, it flows well, it's got good narrative. I'm just not a rattly roller coaster person. The thing with it is, it's very loud, but it's loud deliberately, like as part of the stories. You've got chains rattling and stuff, and that makes me more stressed.
But it's smooth though, it's smooth.
It is.
I'll just clarify the wording there because the way you said it sounded like we've only ever been on the Walt Disney World one.
Oh.
But
Apart
from the
Obviously,
DLP,
apart from the
DLP one. It's a bit... It's great, I love it, but it's a knee basher. I'm not particularly tall, and even so, my legs could do with an extra inch on them. Like, I've got short legs for my body, and my knees get bashed on that ride. And I'm not, Johnny McTall legs.
I would...
Johnny McTall.
Because he's a hoot, is Johnny.
What would Johnny
And that
McTall
kind of-
legs sound like you?
He'd go, oh, that really hurt my legs there.
We'll work on that.
Yeah.
We'll put a pin in that one.
We didn't give you much time for character development then, did
That was
we?
instinctive. No, but the thing is, it doesn't have to be a great voice. That's just his voice.
No, that's fine.
Oh no, it sounds a bit like a. I don't know what is that.
Oh.
I don't know. You're not doing enough speech.
It's a bit like I don't know. It's like Bing Crosby meets Jimmy Stewart. I don't know. Oh no.
It sounds a little bit like when Robin Williams used to do Sincerity.
When my impression of Robbie Williams was just me going, oh. Do you remember a few months ago? Oh.
Stan says he knows that this guy is going to interview did Dumbo and the Carousel in every castle park because they are the only two attractions that are in every castle park.
There we are.
I did not know that as a fact. I presumed that Pirates of the Caribbean would be in all the castle parks.
Well, you're wrong.
I'm wrong.
Apparently.
One of the other things that I found interesting about this vlog, before we talk about the news, because I know we've not done that yet, is that every time they got off a ride that was also in other parks, they either said that one or Tokyo was the best.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
And that Walt Disney World in general was the worst. And then, at the end of it, when they ranked them all, they said that Walt Disney World was the best park.
I believe that my experience, we've been through this before. In Walt Disney World, I believe I have an overall better experience. However, I think that Disneyland Paris is definitely the most beautiful park. And I always say that the rides they have in common, these are the better rides.
Yeah, I think Walt Disney World's greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I think I come away with like dreams of ice creams that are that big and with chocolate sauce all over and, millions of photo pass photographers and stuff like that. Right, should we get on to some news then?
Go on then.
Because there is one of Hugh's favourite attractions in Disneyland Paris has gone the way of the dodo, sadly, this week.
What?
Do you want to talk about the orange cone, Hughie?
No, I can't. It's too soon. You said you weren't going to bring it up.
Tell me about the orange cone. What's the orange cone?
The orange cone.
The orange cone.
Several years ago in...
Was it a yellow cone?
Was it a yellow
Oh, the cone of shame.
Yeah, the
Oh,
cone.
okay, I'm with you now. Yeah,
The cone
I
that
tweeted
was
about it.
in the courtyard of...
The courtyard of Fuento Del Oro. Several years ago, they had a Dante statue in the middle of that for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And then they removed that after Halloween and replaced it with a cone to warn small children not to climb on the plinth. This obviously did not work because it is Disneyland Paris and everyone climbs on all the things that they shouldn't climb on. However, the cone remained a fixture, ruining the overall aesthetic of Frontierland.
Ruining.
Enhancing
Thank you.
the overall aesthetic of
Look,
Frontierland
we-
for 4 to 5 years.
We got a kick out of the cone, but when you enter like a restaurant and the first thing you see is you go through the archway or whatever it is into the outside courtyard, it's just this yellow cone just staring at you.
You just assume someone's been sick, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous that it was there for so long.
I know. And the thing is, it wasn't like a picture. It could have been stood up and it could have been picked up and moved and replaced with something better at any point.
So you
it never was.
Are you telling me, Lucy, that it's been temporarily replaced with something?
It has been permanently replaced with something. Now, this is getting on to what most people would think was the actual news story, but most people are not Hugh Rain, so I had to go for him. In that they have now rethemed and reopened Fuento Del Oro with Casa de Coco, Restaurant de Familia. That is a family restaurant, House of Coco.
Uh-huh.
Chris was poised on a button there. Or is that the menu button?
Well, it would be, yeah, but then it's only because the next thing she's going to talk about is the limited edition mug, but actually I've resized the picture, so it won't be big. It'll be too big to see.
What do you want me to talk about next?
You can talk about the mug. Go on, talk about the mug.
Okay.
I've got the menu. We can talk about the menu.
Let's talk about the menu first.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Let's
this.
Talk about the menu. Still can't see it, but
No.
we might have to squint a bit and lean forward like this.
This is the menu for the newly reopened Casa de Coco. It's not really dissimilar to Fuento Del Oro, although after COVID, Fuento Del Oro did start just doing snacks and stuff. They just did nachos and things for a while, but now they've gone back to a full service counter service. Oh, full service is the wrong way of saying it. A full counter service restaurant. So what you've got is 3 different types of burrito.
Chicken, beef, and vegan.
Thank you, Christopher.
You're welcome.
You've got, is that a salsa?
Yeah, salad,
Vegetable.
vegetarian.
Salad. It's a vegetable salad.
A vegetarian
vegetable
salad.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you've got crinkly chips, nachos, sides.
Well, Doritos.
Ziggy fries, they call. I quite like.
Oh,
that.
they are actually Doritos.
Yeah, they're not nachos. The Doritos.
Doritos.
And then on the kids' meal, you've got chicken balls and a vegetarian burrito, a beef burrito. You can also get mini Baby Bell. Now, the chicken balls, the bouchées de poulet, interestingly, come with laughing cow sauce
Oh.
to make everything all
What's
synergistic.
this? Look what I'm doing.
And then you've got more desserts and you've got mains because we've got Nutella churros,
Mini Baby Bells. You can just buy
Mini
some
Baby
Baby
Bells.
Bells. I kind of like that.
pots of applesauce, Mickey ice creams, lollipops, magnums, and what's that thing in the middle there? A tropical verine.
Ooh.
Tapioca pearls.
Tapioca pearls.
Okay.
So now, I personally find I'm not going to eat burritos because of the tomato allergy. So I personally find this quite an underwhelming menu. However, if that's what you fancy,
Churros and Nutella, though.
churros and Nutella, heck yes, all day.
Ziggy fries. Ziggy fries.
Are those crinkly fries?
Yeah, but I think
That's
it makes
probably
them sound
what-
more interesting.
I would
doesn't
probably
it?
have Baby Bell and crinkly fries, or I might have a children's poulet meal.
Just get a frozen margarita.
But what do you...
See, that's quite cool, isn't it?
They
Have you ever heard
are.
before?
We
Frozen
haven't
margaritas?
mentioned that. They sell frozen margaritas.
Yeah, and other frozen drinks as well.
And other slushes. Good for the summer.
I'd pop in for a frozen margarita, definitely. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe you can grab a Mickey ice cream from there if you want.
Could the prospect of a burrito pull you away from our beloved Hakuna Matata, or indeed Colonel Hathis for the ambience, or Cowboy
Only-
Cookout for the meat?
No, only in that we haven't been here before, so I'd like to pop in. But every time we go in, we don't like the layout of the place, do we? It's kind of a bit corridory and a bit like it's not cozy enough, is it?
It looks nice on the outside, but it's one of those places, as soon as you go in, you're confronted with the queues and the service desks. So you don't see the seating area straight away. So it's not a good first impression place, I think. Now, if we kind of got our food and went round the corner, I'm sure it would open up a bit. But we actually have never eaten here.
I've popped my head in, but I can't remember really. I'm not sure we'd end up going in there. I'd like to try some, like one of the burritos, but
I like a burrito, so
I mean, I do,
but
but
it's been quite a good little.
I can't imagine these are going to knock me socks off.
No.
Voiceover guy has pointed out on the vegan and the dairy-free options.
Well,
you're right
there's
there.
a vegan burrito.
There is a vegan burrito.
And a bowl of salad. Yeah.
Chips. Sorry, Ziggy fries.
Well, neither Doritos or the fries have a V tick next to them, so.
Heck.
That's
There must be
interesting.
beef dripping.
Salad, or salad in a wrap, I think is the answer, Guy.
Salad in a wrap.
Ross Mabbots said we saw them unveiling the new restaurant. It looked well themed and opened the day after we left. Now I must say there's lots of photos on the internet of it, and it does look gorgeous. The thing that has replaced the cone, this is the news item, is a big statue of Miguel. And there's also loads of like family photos of I want to say Madrigal family.
That's the wrong one.
Rivera family. That, you know, you've got the stoic grandma and all the kind of thing. It looks really good. It looks very well themed. A lot more colourful than the old Fuento Del Oro was. So worth a shot. We might go in this time.
This is an IP retheme that doesn't bother me as much as it usually does.
It works.
It does work.
It was already a Mexican quick service. Why wouldn't you just put Miguel on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
Our guy's saying, the desserts that let them down. Dairy-free desserts would be a great option.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll get there eventually.
Absolutely.
And Andrew's saying, with inflation these days, the prices are becoming reasonable. He paid £6.50 for nachos and cheese in the UK today at a park and not at a cinema.
Wow.
Oh dear, just don't. What a depressing time we are living through.
And just because I'll miss it as well, Jeffrey's just put visiting DLP in June 2024 for the first time. Daughter is studying abroad in the UK next year. Would you know when summer rates will be released? Any rumour on DLH reopening date? In terms of in terms of summer dates coming out, I think it'll be at some point in September usually, isn't it? That you get next summer through.
Yeah.
They tend to do a dump of new dates in sort of May time, is it, through to the next March, and then September time through to the summer. So
they like to. Everyone will do this year's summer holidays and then think, "Oh, where should we go next year?" And it tends to go September.
Like that, they'll just appear.
As far as DLH reopening, there is absolutely no news on this.
That's
However,
the Disneyland Hotel.
given the time frame that was given when it first,
Thank you.
we can't really listen to the time frame that was given when it was first closed because it was pre-COVID, and then they had COVID and stopped work, and then other things have been. It's all been smushed around. But given what scaffolding that we know that has come down, the fact that the entrances are back open underneath that was shut for a while, I would be very surprised if it wasn't open by June next year. However, that is in no way official. That's my guess. What I think maybe, I don't know, would they be taking bookings for it if it was going to open in January?
I think they probably would be by now, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You never know.
But
Maybe in September they'll say, it's going to reopen sometime next year.
It's been shut for time, though, you know.
It has.
Universal Orlando have built an entire new park in the time it's taken them to refurb that hotel. So, fingers crossed you're good for next year.
A lot of love for the vegan chili in the chat at the moment. Apparently, looks like it's in the burrito.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Surprised they don't do just a little pot of chili then, if they've got it in the kitchen.
I bet you can get one.
Probably could.
Yeah. I'm sure they can dollop that into a pot for you.
Yeah.
Possibly at the same price as the burrito. I can't imagine them go. I don't know. I feel like in the States they'd be all over it and they'd be like, I got you. But here they'd be like, I can only put through as a price of a burrito.
No, I'm sorry, you cannot substitute the Magnum for a fruit cup. There is no button on my machine for you to do that.
Are we being unfair? I don't think so, to be honest. Anne's got a big birthday next year, so hoping for the Disneyland Hotel to be open.
21, Anne. 21.
I feel like it should be there soon. It feels like it should be coming soon, but then maybe they're going to wait until Frozen Land's ready and do it all at once.
The Disneyland Hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, also they'll be getting increased capacity theoretically then, wouldn't they? And then the only other thing I've got on my list is we need to talk about the limited edition mug. You can buy a limited edition mug in Casa de Coco if you like. It is €20.
Ouch.
€25
for the cup
if you want hot chocolate in it.
Hang on, because this looks really
quite
stupid.
a
I know.
lot.
I'm sorry. It's just the way this silly thing works.
Yeah, if you've got 2 kids that want that, boom, €50.
No.
Boom.
Sorry, kids, you're not having that. I mean, how much?
Pretty though, isn't it?
How much are mugs in gift shops? I'm out of touch because it's not something that
I would call that obscenely expensive, €20 for a mug.
No refills either, because obviously in France they can't do refills, can they?
What was that?
Oh, you can pay for refills.
What was that thing on the menu that we looked at recently, and it was like the refill was the same price as just buying it. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
It was like €5 for a slush, and then in a cup €5 for a refill. So whatever it was.
That's
no discount for refills.
To me, that's just price them out of it bonkers. I don't know what they're doing because the mugs in the gift shop, I'm sure, are not €20. I'm sure are more like 12. Am I wrong? I don't buy mugs. I feel like they're more like 12, €14. And it's not that amazing. It's not a massive stein or anything. It's just...
It doesn't even look as impressive as the butterbeer cups from Harry Potter.
No. And then, €5 for the hot chocolate. You're not really... You'd think when you're paying that much and hot chocolate is pence. I understand them like charging that regularly, but I don't. That's one of those weird economic decisions. Someone has sat in a boardroom and go, "How much do you think we can get idiots to pay for this? What do you reckon? Do you think they'll pay €20?
Can you imagine if you get it and it's just that cheap, instant hot chocolate?
Oh yeah, but also it looks like pop.
Yeah,
it's
you
plastic.
want it to be. Yeah.
Thing is, the cream and the marshmallows, it's a racket. Right? When they go, do you want it extra special for £1 more? No, sister, not me. Bonnie and Lucy do, but Mama didn't raise no fool, right? He
wants boring plain hot chocolate.
No, what you get is a load of cream and some cheap tiny marshmallows on top for £1. I don't think so, right? So. That if it's so there's that to begin with, but then if underneath the hot chocolate is just your usual instant, then €5 on top of the 20. Go on, grumpy button me, Chris.
That was a Yorkshire rant if ever I heard one.
Oh, you must be grumpy.
I didn't want to be premature with that because I got told off for using the grumpy button last time I was here.
Did you?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
What happened?
I can't remember. I used it and you said I'm not grumpy. I got told off.
I'm always grumpy.
Stan says, "Can I get my cup filled with vegan chili?" Lol.
Hey, that sounds like a good idea.
I think for that price, you should get it filled up with unicorn tears, honestly.
Team Confetti, when I went to Tokyo Disney Sea, I got a beautiful Duffy and Friends ceramic mug with a delicious dessert in it for about €4.50.
That's what I want to hear. And also, Team Confetti, when can we get this ceramic mug filled to the brim with just pure Nutella and a teaspoon?
Do you know what? I've come round to Duffy. I wasn't into him at first, but I like him. And Shelley May. And that turtle.
I like the turtle.
You know the turtle?
He's from Hawaii, isn't he? He's the mascot of Alani, I think.
Yeah.
That's a fair point as well, by the way. Yeah, it's a plant-based hot chocolate. It's non-dairy.
Okay.
Cool.
Which, by the way,
I don't know how that makes it worth €25.
I drink quite a lot of plant-based milk. Just because I do. I'm not entirely sure why I do, but I do.
We have coconut milk.
But chocolate milk, plant-based chocolate milk generally is really, really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Preach.
Big fan of it.
Yeah.
Go on then, what happens now?
Now we talk about Flight Force Mark II.
Oh.
You know, I don't know if this is related, but you know, like, Flight Force opened and we were all like, huh, okay, that's fine. And then 2 months later, the rumour was that they were going to shut it to
Completely
up the
redo
theme.
it,
There was
yeah.
talk of them shutting it in like January this year, 23.
Well,
And they didn't, did they?
they shut it for refurb as they do, right? And they've reopened it, and there are some additional laser and LED effects
Okay.
on it.
Yeah.
Now, this might just be your general sort of souping things up as they do, and the refurb and the sorting the lights out, or maybe this is the rumoured kind of, you know, bigging up the theming thing. It's been a very small news item. It doesn't sound overly overwhelming. I don't know. Maybe worth a check out. I don't think I will do Flight Force again. I generally am not a roller coaster person. I always ride them out of curiosity.
I want to do it on this trip.
And our
I want
friend,
you to do it as well.
our friend that we're going with is quite a thrill rider as well. So,
I don't know.
Cat.
Oh, do you know what? Do you mean cat?
Cat,
Because
Brookie isn't.
No,
Yeah.
I can't imagine Brookie.
I thought you were talking about Brookie, and I thought that doesn't sound right.
Well, no, I mean,
Because I went on Hyperspace Mountain with Cat.
yeah.
No Brookie in sight.
And they've kind of arranged that there's going to be a day when Kat takes Peter on all the rides and Brookie babysits George because Brookie don't want to go on them. So it's Kat who wants to do it. So you two go on, see if you can find where these new lights are.
There's one.
It might, honestly,
Count them.
I actually think, given what there was, if they do just add loads of more like light beams, it would enhance it because it just seemed a bit stark and dark, didn't it?
It was Tony Stark.
And Daisy Mabbots said, we noticed that Flight Force was a lot better. So if it's noticeably better,
A lot better.
cool. Cool. Because I'm not saying it needed a total retheme. That would be bonkers. It was a brand new roller coaster. It was just a little bit,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to just go back a little bit, but just to bring attention to this, and you probably said it anyway, but that coffee mug is limited edition, so they have a limited quantity of them. So if €25 for something limited that's pretty much celebrating the reopening and retheming of Fuento Del Oro is up your street, then maybe it is worth €20 for it plus the €5 for the.
Yeah, I mean, if you do have more money than sense, then then this is for you.
I'm just adding some balance.
Do you know what? There's probably people in the chat who are like looking at and thinking that
looks
I
nice.
want that.
yeah.
And I'm just
It's like me and my book.
weeing all
To
over
be
it.
fair, we went to the cantina in Galaxy's Edge in Disney World, and I bought Hugh the souvenir, like tankard thing that came. Are you gonna go get it?
I might as well get it.
Okay. It came with one of the alcoholic drinks, Fuzzy Tom Tom, and it was with an alcoholic drink in it. It was about $30, I think. So it was a big purchase, but it was also a gift that I'd promised him before going. But also, look at it. I'm holding it up for the listeners. It's a big, like, pot tankard thing, and it's got etchings around it that commemorate the Battle of the Death Star with all the Ewoks on it. And it's amazing.
It's absolutely stunning.
It's mint.
Yeah.
And the venue where we bought it, as in being in the cantina, was quite an amazing venue as well, you know, and you really bought into the lore of the canon of where you were. And I don't regret that.
And
However,
you could kill a man with this.
it's really hefty. I don't see that as being on the same level as this Coco mug.
No, that was like a brown mug with some decal type ceramic decal things on it. From the looks of it.
Mark Chester says, me Julie and I are never going on going on Flight Force again. Felt that our bones had been completely obliterated, or are we just too old for it now? I want my bones. I had travel sickness for hours afterwards, but you loved it.
I actually did love it. I don't go on roller coasters a lot, but I really, really enjoyed it.
You say you're there for the track, not for the effects, and you like the track, don't you?
Yeah, I do miss the. Was there any music on it?
No, it wasn't music. It was just Brie Larson shouting at us. Go left.
It's just
Go
not
left.
the same without the music, man.
No.
Yeah. Oh well, we've still got Rock and Roller Coaster in Walt Disney World.
Because you went on the last ever ride for it and then realised it wasn't.
I was on the understanding that it was the last ever, and it was getting rethemed to Queen, and I caught the last ride by like 45 minutes until it's shut. And I rushed out a vlog that night while we were on holiday. And it's just come back and it's Rock and Roller Coaster with Aerosmith still. And I look like a right mug. Speaking of mugs.
Right, Princess Week. So they did this last year, they've done it previous years. It's a thing now apparently that they have invented to sell. It's like Hallmark inventing holidays to sell greetings cards. So it's just a week in August. It's 20th to the 26th of August, and it's a princess-themed week. Traditionally, what they have is additional princesses out for meet and greets. They might have an additional sort of cavalcade. None of this has been announced. I'm just telling you on previous years what they've done. But they have got advertising material out for it now. They've also shown pictures of a rather interestingly shaped Aurora dessert that's like a little sort of flan, but it does that, and then it's got Aurora at the top of it, so it makes her dress shape. And
it does what, listeners?
It does like an upside down bell shape. I'm doing with my hands,
like a figure of 8.
Yeah.
Like a bell, like Belle the princess.
Careful what you're doing.
Like
here.
an egg timer or a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also a pink shake. So we've got princessy things going on. This is one of those things I've said before. It is a week when we would often travel because that's Bonnie's birthday, so we've been that week before. And I would never book a holiday based on it. However, I definitely think it would enhance our holiday if it was on when we were there. So it's just like it's a win-win, really.
Yeah.
So if you've already got a holiday booked for the 20th to the 26th of August, look out for some limited edition special 1 week only snacks, drinks, cocktails in bars, and then some special meet and greets, and make sure you might want to go extra princessy for that week only.
Special meats and grits.
That's the 20th to the 26th of August.
Delicious.
Did I sell that adequately?
I think you sold it beautifully.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Blue Wicked.
Listeners, she's referring to the Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon by Paradise Bay.
Aaron says we were going to do the thing and say remember to press like on the live stream.
Oh, you've just done it for us, Aaron. Thank you. Everybody,
press your likes, chaps.
press like. It's where we go. There's 41 of you on the live stream. Why don't we have 41 likes? We only have 7 likes.
It only feeds our ego. I don't think it serves any other purpose.
Hey. There's YouTube gods know these things.
So we've got some trip reports, but can I quickly do Darren send us
Yeah.
a little price breakdown. So there'll be a lot of numbers in this. Try to keep up. Darren says, hope this helps for your next show. I've been working out if me and my wife should renew our annual passes, and I've reached the conclusion. There's a full stop there. And I have reached the conclusion.
The conclusion.
I know the initial outlay of £1,200, but over the am I missing some things
Pounds.
there? £1,200. But over the 365-day period, it's worth it for us. Right? Factors include driving and staying off-site, as we now do. I have used attractions tickets for the pricing and estimated maze prices. So the 2 annual passes comes to £1,200, also known as 1,200. 2 times 4-day tickets in December is 610. 4-day parking is 100. This is pounds. 2 times 4-day tickets in May is 540, with the parking again at 100. Photo pass 70. So a total there of these 2 trips is 1,420. So and then there's more. 4 times 2-day tickets, December 24, 610, parking 100. So saving of 710 for that trip. Plus, if we squeeze in a trip in between these dates. Also, 15% discount on merch and food is better than nothing. So I will be renewing our passes. So it's official. We are caught in a human trap set by a mouse. Love the show as always. So basically, the takeaway is there is it's a saving of 710. I think that's all together, is it?
No, it's saved that if he only goes twice. If he decides to go again in December, it's saved an additional 710.
Right.
So it's saved 220 on the first if he only does those 2 trips.
Yeah.
And then he saves an additional 710 for that. And that's before the 15% merchandise. That's very interesting. But also that is my favourite description of Disney as a corporation. I have ever heard. A human trap set by a mouse.
I like that.
And we are stuck in that trap, nibbling on mouldy cheese, aren't we?
Yeah, so it's worth it. It's not as worth it as it used to be, but it's still worth it. I mean, I think we always did know that, didn't we? It's just that it's just not as enticing as it.
The thing is, for people, so Emma's just put in the chat, but for people like Emma, it's not worth it as much anymore because previously she used to have one pass and use privilege tickets for the other one, but without that option, it's just too expensive.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of people, we've talked before, haven't we, about maybe getting one pass and then you can get your discounts and everything for everybody else, and it doesn't work like that anymore. So.
I read an interesting article that from DLP report that made that exact observation. They said the people they think they're trying to deter are the people exploiting the loophole of, and then just described that exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
People who do not live in the area, who are maybe coming for a single trip and using one annual pass and buying privilege tickets to get it slightly cheaper, that Disney is gaining nothing from them. So they're not going to be repeat visitors. They're just not buying a package. So they've just found a loophole where it's cheaper than buying a package. And there was just quite a few people cottoning on to that maths. And that's exactly why they've done it. And I was like, oh yeah. Now, we always bought 3 annual passes. We didn't do the privilege ticket thing. But we do kind of fit into the don't live nearby, stay off site. We exploited the annual passes in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, fair enough. That you guilty as charged.
Fraser Crane.
Yeah.
Are you Fraser Crane? Guilty as charged.
Should we do these trip reports? Because I'm conscious of time.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Audience trip roundup.
I haven't played that one in a while. Do you like how it swells at the end?
Tell you what, this Blue Lagoon's gone to my head.
Has it?
Yeah, when
I've only 2 sips.
I always twist my head around when you play that jingle and I'm dizzy.
Now, before I start the roundups, I just wanted to say Mark Chester sent a bunch of pictures, and I just want to show one of them to the camera. This is of Mark sporting one of our t-shirts.
Yay!
Trying to pull Excalibur out of the stone, but it isn't working.
Did you know we had merch? There it goes. What's in your tiki cup? Some of you lovely people won't know we've got merch because we never talk about it. What merch do we have?
Because we're embarrassed.
We've got awesome merch. What's in your tiki cup is one of our t-shirts.
And my personal favourite, mine's a mango whip, which Chris was wearing a couple of days ago, and his one of his sons said he had a poo on his.
As my nephew said.
Oh, his nephew.
Said, Uncle Chris, you've got a poo on your shirt. And I looked and said, it's not. And Ollie said, actually, he said, actually, it's a mango whip. Whip. Yes. So there we are. Here we go then. On to some trip reports. Sorry, love, just got loads of emails come through, which is kind of detracted from the ones I got saved, ready to go. The first one is from Ross Mabbott. Roz there, not Ross. Roz Mabbott. I tried to say Roz, it just came out not quite right. This is the trip report from the 24th to the 28th of July, hot off the press. The children and I had 4 nights at Sequoia Lodge Golden Forest Room. Great to take advantage of easy breakfast without queuing. Free soft drinks all day and afternoon tea. It saved me a lot of money and meant we only stocked up on snacks. Mum travelling with 3 kids aged 17, 14 and 11 years. We averaged about 10 to 12 miles per day, so food was really fuel for the day ahead. We took advantage of the magic hour, got up and got straight into the park. Came back for breakfast at about 10:30, which suits us. Meant we could get the roller coasters in on an empty stomach. Parks are busy, so use your time wisely. We have a rule of not queuing if it's over 30 minutes. This generally means Pirates and Small World are done multiple times per day.
Yeah, that's why we do those two so much, particularly Small World.
We love the Dream and Shine Brighter parade and we'll miss it after the 30th anniversary. I'd recommend following the parade down Main Street at the end. We had a great interaction with cast members and joined in the dancing. Great atmosphere and felt like you're part of the parade. Illuminations, the best spot for us is by Discoveryland near the rocks, where you have a clear view of the castle and a railing in front of you so nobody can stand in front of you. The new Together show in the studios is amazing. The music, sets and special effects are fantastic. The only downside is that the majority of it is French speaking, but that doesn't take anything away from the experience. Definitely worth a watch. The studios has nailed the shows, as Mickey and the Magician is also a family favourite. We lost one of our key cards on day one, and City Hall were great replacing it straight away. Tax refunds. Download the Skip Tax app before you go and input your details. Then you take a photo of your receipt, await delivery of a barcode, and take that to the Pablo machine. At the Eurostar, it was a manned desk. Who asked for a passport and receipts to view. Hopefully, money should be in my account in the next few days. Tax relief is for non-food items. The barcode can take a while to come through, so best to input receipts on the day before you leave. I hope this helps those travelling over the summer. Wishing you all a wonderful trip. We're just arriving into Euston. Eurostar via Lille has been a dream, much better than the chaos of the direct line from DLP and the huge queues. It also meant we had more time in the parks, and 30 minutes turnaround at Lille both ways is ample. Ample, I think it meant, but it does say ample. Thanks for reading. The Mabbott family, Ross, Daisy, Dan and Angus.
Thank you.
Mabbots know best, as the jingle says.
Yeah. I didn't know you got free soft drinks at the Squire.
There we are.
Oh,
Are you doing Golden Forest? Because it's club level.
Yeah.
You know what? I've got the Mabbots jingle. Do you want to play it?
Yeah.
I'm very interested in the tax refund thing. Not that we intend on spending loads of money this time, because we don't have loads of money this time.
Yeah.
But it's just knowing that it's a function. I'm sure once you've done it once, it's like, oh yeah, easy peasy. But I'm very interested in hearing everyone else's descriptions of it.
Here's a Mabbots jingle.
Mabbots know best. Listen to the Mabbots try and put them to the test. Daisy, Gus, and Dan and Ross, yes, Mabbots know best.
Oh, bless your little heart. You had fun doing that.
It took me a long time to deliver that to you as well, didn't it, Roz?
Do you think we'll get around to doing that tax claim thing?
Yes.
Yeah, you reckon?
You're travelling with me and Kat.
I was going to say, if you mention it to Kat once, then it'll definitely get there.
Yeah,
True.
exactly.
I see. I'm quite a busy man, but some things I'm very lazy about, and that's the kind of thing I wouldn't do. Even though it sounds pretty straightforward.
It's all right.
I'm
on it.
I'm a mug, as we said before.
So we have 3 minutes left, 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. No, maybe a little bit more than that. Oh, no, we've got 10 minutes, haven't we?
9 minutes.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the... There
Bad
are
maths.
2 times on the screen. The first one is the time that I started streaming, and the second one is the time that the show started. And apologies. So,
What a mess.
next one then. Sarah Poland. Are you ready for this?
Oh yeah.
Hi, 37 Disney Street. I've previously done a trip report from last year, once in a lifetime, with my teenage niece and nephew. Well, it turned out not to be a one-off, and we just returned for another 4 nights and 5 days trip.
That's what you get.
We stayed at Cheyenne again because it's the only hotel with 3 beds to a room. Here's a few subheadings for you. A couple of possible noteworthy points. Queues. It was the first week of school holidays, so we were expecting the parks to be busy, but Sunday afternoon and Monday weren't too bad, and we managed to get lots of rides done, but the rest of the week we barely did any rides outside of what we now call happy hour and evenings. When Cars Road Trip has a 20-minute wait, you know the parks are busy. We set a limit of how long we will wait for a ride and stick to it. Even 16 and 18-year-olds get niggly in queues. We did manage to do web slingers by virtue of a huge downpour of rain that probably cleared the park by 50%, and I went against my principles and paid for them to go on Crush's coaster, otherwise it wasn't going to happen. I've seen reports from people who were there the same time as us who were eligible for disability passes listings what rides they were able to do. Crush 5 times, web slingers 4 times and so on. So the passes are obviously a huge benefit to those who do qualify. Sadly, I don't think we'll ever get to ride Peter Pan's flight. You need to dress one of your 14 and 16-year-olds, or 16 and 18-year-olds as Wendy, and then you'll get straight in. Done. Shows and parades. The shows at DLP are truly underrated in my opinion, and the new one, Together, is just brilliant. It has a live and very interesting orchestra and some great special effects. We saw it 3 times, and my 16-year-old rugby-playing street-savvy nephew declared it to be better than Disney Dreams. Lion King is still a firm favourite too. Not sure what happened to the Dream and Shine Brighter parade. We caught it 3 times, and on each occasion there was no dancing on the stages. The vehicles didn't even stop at the hub. It all felt very rushed. It wasn't even hot or rainy. For anyone going in the future, before sticking your phone in the air to video the nighttime shows, please consider, are you really going to watch it again? Lots of screens in the air really disturb the viewing experiences for everyone behind you. There are lots of professional videos on YouTube. Be present in the moment and enjoy it through your own eyes. I agree with that. Also, the vlog that I watched this week, the guy filmed the entire thing as part of his vlog, and in front of him there must have been 40, 50 other phones in view filming exactly the same thing. They just, I completely agree with it.
I will say, if we're watching a vlog and they film an entire fireworks show, I'm skipping that whole thing.
Yeah.
Also, the sound
Tap,
of
tap, tap, tap.
fireworks on a video recording really annoys me. I don't know why. There's something about that popping sound, that deep popping noise, really angers me. But yeah, just sometimes you think, am I going to watch this? No. What's better? Just putting your phone down and looking at it and enjoying it. And you'll remember that, won't you?
Absolutely, yeah. Too right. Also, I know they've changed it now, but when it was whatever the other one was called, up until recently, that's been on Disney Plus, isn't it? They've actually got a proper professionally filmed version of that on Disney Plus. So you might end up with that as well in the future.
Disney Plus, you've got all the 4K ones on YouTube. Yeah. You've got some really good videographers who do them.
If that's
Don't bother doing your own.
I don't know who you're showing those to. Like who's going to sit and watch an entire fireworks show that you filmed on your phone and be like, oh yeah, there's the fireworks.
It's a habit, isn't it? It's a thing. Something special happening, so you think you need to film it. It's just that it's a habit that people get into. Anyway, food, major disappointment for us here. They have messed with the pineapple whip. It's more of an ice cream consistency. Nice enough, but not what we were looking forward to.
Right, I prefer the pineapple whip float to the Dole Whip.
I know you do.
I like the ice cream and the pineapple juice, and we've got it back, and I'm okay with that. I prefer it to the Dole Whip. I'm sorry. That's just me.
Just spitting facts here, people.
Well, but you'll go and try it and confirm that it's better.
I'm going to get 2 on the next trip.
That's another one for your list.
Yeah, it is. I need to make a list.
It was nice enough, but not what we were looking forward to. Previously, we enjoyed taking time out away from the crowds and sat by the water with our whips. Sadly, not anymore. €5 is better spent on an ice cream from Mad Hatters now. I have to say the Mad Hatters ice creams are pretty strong, aren't they?
They're all right. They're all right.
Having a vegetarian with us, we did miss Fuento Del Oro, which was always good for an alternative to plant-based burger and hot dog or cheese pizza, with Casa de Coco opening this week and looking good. Options should open up again for vegetarians, and we've just talked about that. We had breakfast at Plaza Gardens one morning, all very much as you would expect, but it was a chance to get a good breakfast and meet a few characters. 6 in total, or should have been 6. We were sat tucked into a corner, and because I was taking photos for the family next to us, we were overlooked by several characters. It didn't feel right to ask the characters to come back for 3 adults. But they do, though. You should have asked them. They'd have wanted to know.
Yeah.
Nana naps.
Oh, yes.
We love a nana nap.
We do.
Love one of those.
We do.
I've had 2 on this show so far.
These are an important feature of our trips, whether it's going back to the hotel for a full-on sleep mid-afternoon or simply finding a spot away from the bustle for half an hour helps us get through the day. Even jumping on the train for a lap or 2 or a trip on the Molly Brown are good for a bit of downtime. Do not underestimate the power. Can you do that in your cup of a nana nap?
In this?
Yeah.
Do not underestimate the power of a nana nap.
I must say about the Molly Brown though, we've done that for downtime, and we went upstairs and we found this nice kind of polished wood, what looked like a bench, and I thought, oh, that's lovely, we'll sit on there, there's no one else around. And then we realised it was kind of the base of the funnel that does the horn. And all of a sudden we were just sitting like all dozing, and then like 5 minutes in it was like, ooh, sorry, I probably just peaked then. But it really and it's so loud. It's like the loudest thing on the planet when you sat right next to it. Continue.
Travelling with teenagers. Teenagers are just tall children when it comes to Disney. I see lots of people asking, is my teenager too old for Disney? In our opinion,
They're just tall children.
Yeah, in my opinion, you are never too old to appreciate the Disney magic. The DLP has plenty of it. You put down your phone and really allow it to come to you.
Oh, I'm just thinking if I said to my Friday night seniors, oh, you're just tall children, really. They'd eat me alive. I'm just a tall
I still
child.
feel like a kid.
I'm not even tall.
It's not about the big thrill rides, it's all about the little things, the things that make you smile, and my 2 teenagers were able to find lots to smile about. Another great trip had by all, with many a reference to when we come next year, so I guess it's a done deal. Now to sit back and wait for the Disney blues to kick in. Thank you, Disney Street team, for your entertainment every Sunday, apart from last week. We appreciate it. It doesn't
It's
say
all
apart from
about
last
the
week.
little things, the things that make you smile,
It's the
Huey.
little things you do together.
It's,
together.
it's not about moaning about.
How much of this Blue Lagoon have you had? You should see her, listeners. She's gone weird.
She starts saying she likes wine again too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like wine. Right.
Right.
Early today. Oh, right. So thank you for those two. Who's the second one from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Sarah Poland.
Sarah. Thank you, and thank you to the Mabbott family. Two excellent reports there. Earlier today on Twitter, I noticed that we were on 999 followers. So I did a tweet saying, "Who wants to be our 1,000th follower?" Now then, this is interesting because Robert _ Minette said me. So I'm assuming it was him. But then we don't have a follow notification from him.
Yeah, that's strange.
Then we've got one from Adam, and Adam says, "I guess it was me, lol." And then,
Yes.
and then one of you replied to Adam, and then we've also got WDW Scope, who. So let's follow these back. While we're at it, follow back. So the jury's out.
The jury.
Basically, I'm going to take Robert at his word because he was the first to reply.
Does it say?
I
if
think
you go
it
into
was
his things,
Adam.
does it say he follows you?
Because I looked at the time, I think it was Adam.
Unless Robert already followed us.
I used to work with Rob, and I don't know. I didn't know that he was watching any of the show or anything, and then he just started tweeting about it the other day. So,
Well, look,
who knows?
it shows you the followers in order, doesn't it?
Yes, I think it does.
And Adam appears to be the one.
It's
There we go.
Adam.
Adam is amused.
So well done, Adam is amused.
We
Are
are
you-
amused.
You win absolutely nothing but our gratitude.
And a gift
Well.
that one of you sent him.
Who sent him a gift? Who sent him a gift?
Must have been Lucy.
I did give him.
There we go.
I
So
love-
anyway, thanks for
love a
that. So
good
we've got
gift.
over 1,000 followers on
X.
on Twitter.
I love, by the way, speaking
It's
of...
a dystopian future, people embrace it.
I love, speaking of Twitter, that they can't change the name of it in the App Store, on the Apple App Store, because you have to have two characters in it.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Honestly, I want to leave Twitter, but we've just got 1,000 followers, and if we leave Twitter, we won't have 1,000 followers anymore. So what do we do?
That's how they get you.
What do you do? What do you do?
Yeah.
Another one of those traps set by a mouse, trap set by a bird.
Yes. Anyway, if any of you guys have a trip report you want to share, Mark Chester, for instance, who's just recently been, if you've got a trip report you'd like to share,
Yeah, come on, Mark.
send it through to us. If you want to do like Stan did when he came to DLP and record a vlog of some sort and tell us about one of your days, do that and send it through to us.
We liked that.
We'll do that as
We
well.
enjoyed that.
It means we get a bit of a rest during our show and someone else can do the talking, which is brilliant. And if you've got, I don't know, if you've got questions, what about that? If you've got questions that you want to ask and you fancy sticking that in a video, you can send us a video of you asking the question. We'll play your video, you can ask your question, and then we'll try and answer it. That sort of stuff as well.
That sort of stuff.
That sort of stuff. Anything. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my arms.
Listen to this, right? I've just noticed in the chat, just to change subject a little bit. Team Confetti says, "Oh, I have a warning about the frozen blue ice cream that looks like a cornetto on the pictures. It's tiny. 2 bites and it's gone."
That's the kind of negativity we're here for. We just had a little moment where we enjoyed the happiness and magic of it all, and then we're like, no, let's moan about the size of cornettos. That's more up Hugh Street.
Stan from the Solo Show says, "I see you have 1,002 followers now. Let me know when you're close to 2,000 so I can be number 2,000. Thanks, Stan.
The way to go is to follow us anyway, and then when it gets to like 1,998, unfollow us and wait until...
I've done that and I
Yeah.
don't think it works.
Oh.
I've done that before to someone,
Oh.
but it doesn't always. I think sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think it knows.
Well, that's disappointing.
Could be wrong.
What is the best spot to watch the fireworks, says Anna in the chat. Hi everyone, first time going to DLP.
This is people disagree about this. Probably the best thing to do is get near a flower bed close to Castle at like 6 p.m. and stand there for 4 hours and hope that nobody gets in your way. We would not do that. I would say I would say just go at the bottom of Main Street in the middle.
The Discoveryland side is a good shout actually. Was it Roz who'd said that, or was it Sarah? One of the two in the trip report.
We've done that a few times. Thing is, you do get trees in the way, and it's people's ability to get in your way is just amazing.
Do you know? And be warned, you can have the perfect spot, and you can be stood there. You can be looking around at your party and going, "It's good, this isn't it? It's good view." And you can guarantee you, as soon as it starts, someone's going to pop the kids on their shoulders in front of you, and that's it.
Don't do that, guys. It's
don't.
I put Lucas on my shoulders, but I was right at the top of Main Street.
Put them on your hips so the face is the same height as your head, and I think that's fair. I think the minute you make them the size of Groot,
that's selfish.
It's a bit unfair.
It's selfish. I know you're looking out for your kids, and people, will do anything for the kids, but when that happens to you, it's so annoying when someone's doing that to you.
There is the perfect spot, but other people know about it, so it goes early. That is kind of between where Stitch does his meet and greet, and then they have an actual control box that just looks like a shed, but that's where they control everything from. So like to the right of that, you can stand next to a fence, and you get this really clear view straight forward, and no one's able to stand in front of you. So apparently that's really good, but we've never been able to get it because we're not that committed to the fireworks, and you have to go hours in advance.
Yeah, there we are. John Parker says, remember to like the video, everyone.
23 people have. Hey.
We've got an EMT show straight after this. It's all set up, ready to go. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, or if you want to be a Patreon subscriber, details in the description. Come and join us, £3 a month. It just helps us with the ticking over of things, getting new microphones to try and improve the show, that sort of stuff. So we'll have another 20 minutes of live. Goodness knows what we're going to talk about. Chat.
I couldn't even imagine.
There we are. Sounds fun, doesn't it?
It's going to be fun because Lucy's going to finish off this Blue Lagoon.
I've had half a glass of 4% Blue Lagoon, and I think I'm silly.
I can tell there's something different in you. Because there is in me.
We're way over now.
Yeah, let's go. Thanks guys for tuning in. Thanks for following us on Twitter and all that good stuff. We love you. Bye. Am I saying goodbye? Is that it?
No, I'm waiting for
I'm Lucy, these were the boys. Bye-bye.
I don't press my button until you start saying that stuff.
Push my button.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.